Hey guys, so in this video we're going to be going over some things to round out documentation. So there's a couple things we're going to be covering in this video. So let's go ahead and get started. First, there's going to be actually room labeling. So that's going to be the architecture menu here. And what we're going to do is we're going to click on, we're going to click on just room right here. And we're going to start labeling the rooms. And so I'm going to go kind of like I always do, just kind of top left and then clockwise through the building. So this is going to be my kitchen. I'll just click here and it'll place this room tag at each point. If the tag is too big visually, you can come in and change the scale so that it looks a little bit easier to kind of just recognize what's going on. So right here, I kind of have this hallway here, and I don't want that to be part of this area. So while I'm doing this, I can come over to the room separator, and it's going to give me just these line tools right here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just draw a line across here. And what that does is that creates sort of a fake, like, temporary line I can use. So now when I go back to room, it doesn't highlight the whole space, it just highlights this area right here. So I'm going to put that room tag right there. Actually, I'm going to move this one. Nope. Stop it. There we go. I'm going to move it there because I'm going to be doing other tags here in a second. All right, so keeping going around, we'll do that room. We'll do that room. And then this is just going to be one large room. And then I'll get this one on the side over here. And it does let you snap, so I'll let it snap when it does that. Okay, so that's the process of creating room tags. If I wanted to, like I showed you guys, you can create these little dividers for the rooms, and then once you're done, if you delete them, it gets all mad at you. So you do kind of have to leave them there. So this is going to be something else that you're going to have to filter out. So this is under room separations. If you go into, well, let's just go through here. So I was thinking I forgot I don't have a view template for this. So we'll do, can I always forget which ones are which in here? Room separations, yeah. So we can go ahead and uncheck those once you're done. Don't do it immediately, don't do it now, but when you're done you can uncheck it so that it doesn't show up in different views. Because I think it should be fine because it's only in the, let me undo that and we'll just double check. I think it comes in. Yeah, so it treats it like an object. So it does come in the new construction phase and can be demoed if you wanted to. So yeah, I just prefer to hide them so that you don't have to see them anymore. So that's our list of rooms. Next, we're going to want to tag our doors and our windows. So for that, we're going to go to the Annotate tab right here. And then we have two options here. We have tag by category and tag all. I prefer to kind of just go one at a time, so I'm going to do tag by category. And then, oh, wait a second. Maybe I want tag all. I want tag all. Sorry, got it backwards. We're going to do door tags, and we're going to do window tags. And if I hit apply, you can see that now we have a whole bunch of door and window tags that just automatically got added. Door tags are going to use these kind of ovally shaped ones. Window tags are going to use the octagon ones. So that helps you identify, or helps people identify what windows you guys are using, or what windows and doors you're using. Doors are coming in the middle of the space here, and I usually just drag those down a little bit or out of the building. If it's in a room, I kind of just figure out which direction it works a little bit better in. So in this case, I might drag this one. Nope. Might drag this one down. We'll drag this one out. So I'll just keep a down and right track as best I can. These doors are fine because you're not actually blocking anything that's indicating anything. And then this one I would move to the exterior. But again, that's just my personal preference. So I'll just go through, double check all those. So just again, verify all the symbols are readable, everything's in the right position approximately, and everything looks good. All right, so that's that. That's a very easy to process to go through. If you do, like, for example, do go back in and add another one, oops, wrong menu. You can go back in and use the tag by category and click on an individual one to retag it. But tag all, it does just sort of, part of this is it does ones that don't currently have tags. So it should only add ones to, like, I can't do door tags and then like click apply because I don't think it just double creates them. Yeah, it doesn't double create them, it just adds them. So you only have to do it kind of once. You can bulk redo it. That's entirely your preference. Let's see, what else do we want to cover tonight? It looks like, oh, we need to create some schemas. And so, sorry, I keep calling it schedules. So, all right, so to create a schedule, we're going to go to view, and then here we are. Okay, so schedules, yeah, we'll do schedule quantities. So we've got a whole bunch of different options here. One of the obvious ones, let's do rooms. So we have a room schedule, um, and we'll use the new construction phase, hit OK. And so this is going to give us basically it's like a little Excel table, if you're not familiar with what the schedules are, that you can use as a reference. So for rooms, what's important to us for a room? So we've got the room name, the room number, probably the area. Those would be important to me. The level would be important. Maybe the wall finish. I don't know if it's going to pick up wall finish, actually. Let's find out. So once you have a couple things selected, go ahead and hit OK. It's going to add them to your project browser down here at the bottom, so you've got your room schedule. It looks like it doesn't have wall finish, so that might be some. Don't bother entering this, but I added wall finish and level just for fun. But the actual room schedule here, I wanted to build just to show you guys what's going on. So again, here's the name of what the thing is. Here's which unique version it is. Here's your area, and then what level it's on. Because this appears down here, I haven't added sheets to this one yet. Let me add a sheet real quick. Okay, boom, I have a new sheet. So with schedules, what you can do is you can actually drag them out into your document. So there I have my room schedule. So this is now something that I can include in a document, or rather on a sheet at the end of my documentation, indicating different things. So where that comes in handy is if you were to do something like the door schedules and the window schedules. So we'll do door. And then again, what's important with a door? Probably the um, width. Because the width, height. I don't. So we can do family and type. Um, Again, you kind of have to get off into the weeds in some of these, and you might have to manually enter some data for a lot of them. Because, for example, a lot of them aren't going to have manufacturer data. I'll put it in there and we'll see what's going on. Not all of them are going to have that data because a lot of these are sort of the generic models that came with SketchUp. So with height, and we'll see what happens with these other values. Oh, and let's do count too. Count's pretty important. Annoyingly, like the wall configuration, the edit menu, you have to use actual buttons to move things up. So I'll move count up so it's in the sequence there that's a little bit more amenable to what I'm looking for. And here you can see now, oh, did I not group them? I didn't group them. Let me go back to combine. Let's try this one again. All right, so schedules, door. I realized what I was doing wrong now. So we're going to do doors. That's fine. All right, so again, we will do width. We will do height. We will do count, which should be easy to find because this is alphabetical. And then we'll do something like family and type. Next, we'll need to go into sorting and grouping. Uncheck itemize instance, sort by width, sort by height, and then That should be good. Let's see if that got it. There we go. Okay. So that gets us the height. We're going to, or sorry, that gets us the count of each unique type of door. Why is O? Because that's that weird one. Okay. Um, so then to actually make this visible, we can drag this out. Again, it functions just like Excel kind of here in Revit. That's a long name. This might be something that's worth going back and like um, adding a separate column here that you can just, a blank one that you can add in. So if you want to add something in, you can choose insert, do a comments, and then we'll actually take this family and type out. Actually, no, let's leave it in there. So we'll hit OK, and then you could, if you wanted to, just add a more readable name to this. I'll just put some gibberish in here right now, and then and then that would allow you to more easily indicate what's going on there. If you wanted to then change this to description, I think there's actually a description column. And then once you've got that, you can come in here and delete that other column and actually just get your schedule together. That's how you would create the door schedule. And then again, just like all the other schedules, we would drag this in here. Nope, don't double click. Go back. Drag it in, place it, and then see how it doesn't quite fit. So sometimes you still have to go in here and just wrangle them, go back, wrangle them around a little bit, just to kind of get some of them to fit. No, don't break it apart. I'm trying to click on, let's see if I can, there we go. Okay, that's weird that it rendered it different. That didn't have a line break. That does. Why, Revit? Why do you do this to us? Anyway, so that's how you create a door schedule, and then obviously window schedule is going to be basically the same. Windows, and then I'll just reference what I did there. So width, height, we'll do count, and then again we can add a family and type, and then a description field that we can mess with ourselves. Filter's fine. Itemize every instance, and let's hit OK. And it did that again. So let's. So if you do want to go back and edit these, you don't need to rebuild it. You can just go in here and choose this because it has these options right here. Go ahead and do width, height, and then that way it breaks it apart so that you end up with the different actual counts of different windows. And then again, I could name these some. Ooh. Don't do that. Name these. What? Oh, sure. Yeah, because they don't have a description. Sure, that's fine. I mean, I'm not saving this anyway. But I just wanted to show you guys that you can edit these, rename them. You probably won't be for your project, but okay. And so there's that one. So there's our windows. Go back to here, and we can drag our window schedule out. And OCD is going to say put it right there. So that's how we would create those. I believe we've covered everything else, just sort of proactively during putting all that other stuff together. So your milestones for this week is just going to be to build these schedules, and then go through on your level 1, and obviously you'll have to do the door and window markers here. Oh, that's what we didn't get, is they have their numbers there. How come our door schedules, door and window schedules, let's actually add these in. What do they call that? In here. Let me find out. This one's going to take a minute. Okay, so I just threw in a whole bunch of them here, and it was my first guess. So we can actually get rid of these. So I'll just delete all these extra columns. What you're going to want is the type mark, and that indicates which icon on the actual floor plan is which one. So 17 and 18 indicate which of these two windows it is. And so if we go back to our level 1, for the windows you see 17 and 18. So those are sort of the unique identifier for which window type it is. So once I have that selected, I'm actually going to move this to the front or top. Come on, there we go. So that'll actually let us identify which ones are which from this schedule here. Making that change might adjust how wide that is, but I guess not. And then we'll do the same thing with the door schedule. So, come on. Ugh, okay, fine. Door schedule still open. So we'll go back into fields. Type mark. Add it. Move it to the top. Okay. So this is something too. I told you, or initially I went through and did the sorting here. I might actually say just do this right here. So actually just sort by the type mark and then let Revit figure it out. You can kind of go either way. Doesn't matter to me. Just kind of jumping through and showing what's possible here. So yeah, again, it works like Excel. There's even formulas you can plug in to get different calculations in here. So it is kind of like a little version of Excel built into Revit. So let me double check what that did here. Yeah, that did widen that one. So I'll actually drag that out. So now we have our type marks for the door schedule and the window schedule. We have our room schedule. Room schedule, instead of type marks, they have room numbers. So that's what lets you identify which room is which. So that looks like everything, because we did already kind of cover viewports, editing them, placing them, etc. You guys should already be familiar again with placing a new sheet. If you aren't, new sheet, click load, and under title blocks you'll have the option to load different sheets. We will be using ArcD exclusively in this class. Just be aware that others exist. And then if it's already loaded, it's right here. That's how you create a new sheet with a title block. And then you guys obviously know the difference between sort of in Revit in AutoCAD we have what we refer to as model space and paper space. In Revit, of course, your normal working levels here, these are going to be your model space, and then these sheets are going to be your paper space here in the sheets menu. So views, this is your model right here, and then this, the sheets, that's your paper. So that should cover everything that I wanted you guys to do for your milestone. So it shouldn't be too much work for you guys to throw in some room labels. Oh, the other thing actually, that's what it was. Forgot to go back to this. So once you've placed all your room labels, go ahead and select all of them in the project. So I've got them all selected, and then you do actually have options for how to configure different ones. So you can do room area or room tag with area, room tag with volume. Area is more realistic. Volume is kind of weird. But go ahead and change those over so that it shows the square footage of the room as well as the room name and number. And then if you're feeling a little bit fancy, you can take the room schedule over. Let me see if I can get this to snap. I had trouble with it the other day. Okay, so right now they all come in as room, and so what I'm going to do is I can come in here and I can call this kitchen, if I can spell it right. Wow, cannot spell right. We'll call this the pantry. This is a bathroom. Bathroom 1. And I might even, oh, that's wall finish. If I had a description column here, I'd probably add that that's a half bath. This is the back hall. This was the study. Oh, this was the office. This is the family room. This was the living room. Nope. Nope. Get back in there. Nope. This mouse, I swear. Okay. This is the living room. And this last one was the dining room. In the past, students have tried to like just click on this, and you can also double click in here and just like change this, and it updates there as well. So these are kind of, it's linking the same data in these two between the room schedule and these actual tags themselves. I prefer this one usually just because it can get a little bit wonky trying to select these. So make sure, again, you guys have your room tags. They're labeled with what the room is. You have your door schedules and your window schedules. And throw them onto a sheet. You might have to generate a new sheet if you do not have one already. But you guys should, because you will be continuing off your project to get all this in here. So I will see you guys in class.